Hey guys, welcome back. We have Joshua Anson here from Cipolla Rossa, and he's actually very local to where we are. He's in St. Pete, Florida, so I really wanted to interview him. Hi Josh, how you doing?
Hi, doing well. Thank you.
Good. So let's get into it. How did you get started making pizzas?
So let's see. 2013, I worked for Matteo Vanini at Posto Restaurant in Washington, D.C. And Matteo is from Northern Italy. His dad was a butcher. He was teaching me his ways, pasta and pizza and like Italian cuisine. And I was doing a day job at the time, and I was plotting a food truck, and I was going to do like an Italian food truck, some small bites. And then Matteo one day asked me to work the pizza oven. He said, "You don't want to work the pizza oven?" And I was like, I don't know. And I did, and it was Neapolitan style ish, and I loved it. And I started to kind of follow that path of doing pizza instead of the Italian food on a mobile aspect.
Yeah, that's awesome. So then you started making pizza, you fell in love with the pizza making process, and then let's Cipolla Rossa. So tell me how this was born and what how you do things.
Mateo and I are still friends, and we were talking about names. I was like, well, I want people to know that, like, I understand the Italian culture and I know food, and I want something with an Italian name. And Mateo kind of helped me a little bit. It was going to be Encanto, but Cipolla Rossa, red onion, kind of had a nice sound. So, and Encanto was taken at the time, I think, like Enchanted, Incantissimo Pizzeria, which I still like the name, but Cipolla Rossa is the name I went with, and we have the onion right here for a little. So we
Yeah.
came up with a logo. An Argentine friend that I know helped me with that. She's very Italian for being Argentine. A lot of them are, and she helped me do the logo. And then I worked. What really changed is I worked at Ghibellina after Matteo. I was still doing my day job, but I worked at night and to learn. And this guy from Brooklyn, Jonathan, he's a Jewish guy, but he knows pizza very well. He worked at Franny's for it was Franny's is a wood-fired hybrid pizzeria in Brooklyn, New York, and Franny's closed. And Jonathan was in D.C. as the executive chef at Ghibellina on 14th Street, and he showed me the like this process, like tips and tricks from Brooklyn, New York, how to do pizza, and I soaked it all in, and I really didn't know what the heck I was doing at all. It took like years of just mistakes, and the early years are tough, but I've like come into my own. So after Ghibellina, I worked for a guy that was doing mobile pizza. I still wanted to do a food truck, but I didn't have the capital or anything like that. But I was working with a guy that was making good money doing wood-fired pizza catering in Northern Virginia named Jay Clement at Pizzeria Moto. And Jay was another mentor that kind of helped me out. Jay, at working with him, he knew a guy in New Jersey that was selling a pizza trailer out of Connecticut. Well, it was in Connecticut, but we met in New Jersey. And I bought a used trailer for like $11,000 and started. It was 10,500 and started my business mobile, doing pizzas. I know it's a long explanation, but yeah.
No, it's great. I love it. It's awesome actually. First of all, I the name is lovely
Thank you.
and the logo is awesome. Like that was one of the first things that we saw when we were like scouting places and people to interview was just the look is very nice and the pizzas are beautiful.
Thank
Like
you.
they are very, very like they look delicious, which now that like I know you're around, I'm gonna figure out where you are, and my husband and I are gonna come out and eat some pizza. So I'm gonna gonna be like watching the page to see what's happening here.
You should. You definitely should. Uh,
Yeah.
we put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, yeah. Pizza is not easy work. And the other thing too that I really love is that in the pizza industry, people are always teaching other people. Like my family taught me I came from, pizza, like I was born into a pizzeria. Like my grandfather opened it in 1960. So I was like sitting on a floor as a baby, like eating pizza crust. And they taught me how to make pizza, my grandparents, my parents. And also talking to people, it's like there are friends and there are mentors that will teach people how to make a really nice pizza. And then the other thing that I love is that people do come into their own with their creation of how they make pizzas, which is really, really cool. So let's get into a really serious topic, which is the menu. I want to talk about what kind of pizzas you guys make.
Okay. So we do a 3-day dough. It's like a hybrid between Neapolitan and New York. I don't use double zero flour. I use a mix of King Arthur flours, and I do it, like I said, 3-day ferment. We're putting very little sourdough in it. Uh, Depending on what style of pizza we make, we will go back and forth between like I want a pouliche or a sourdough.
Yep.
Sometimes the sourdough can be too tangy for the tomato sauce. We, like I said, very light. I put a little bit of wheat flour in there just for like some complexity. The 3-day definitely helps out. Cold ferment on the dough, like around a 60, 62 hydration for the dough. Style of pizzas, 12 inches. We do slices for events sometimes, but I do have the wood fired oven, so we're capped out at so many 16 to 18-inch pies you can get in there.
Yeah.
When we sell outside, it's simple: margarita, pepperoni, white pizza, and a mushroom pizza. And each pizza has not just cheese and pepperoni, but we add in like the pepperoni has garlic oil that we make. It has oregano and parm on top. I'll try to add little touches to bring out some flavor, not just cheese and pepperoni. We use good products. I use Grande, Stanislaus tomato. Pepperoni I'm using now is Iso. If I can't find Esso, Iso, I'm using Rosa Grande. So try to use all good ingredients.
Yeah, I see you have the little bucket peps, right?
Yeah.
I
Uh
love
huh.
those things. So good.
A lot of people do. A lot of people say that's why I come get a pizza from you because you have cup pepperoni, right? Bucket or yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the little cups. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
this is great. Now, what is the number one best-selling pizza that you guys have?
Well, we've since we're mobile. We used to have a bigger menu when we had a food truck, but now that we work out of the coolers and ice, we're limited. So I mean, it depends, but always margarita and then pepperoni. I think no matter how fancy or I haven't tried. A lot of people have been asking for chicken. We've contemplating buffalo chicken,
Yeah.
but yeah, pepperoni, margarita. Like probably, I mean, believe it or not, margarita because it's close to like a cheese pizza.
Yeah, that's what I
Excuse me.
always order. When I go into a pizza place, that's the first thing I order. That's what I judge the pizza on, and then after that, I'll try the other pizzas. But I mean, even in my parents' place, I've been eating that pizza my entire life, and I get the plain cheese pizza every single time I go there, like without a doubt. And after that, I might move on to something else, but like that's what I start with.
Same. I want to see if you can do a basic pizza
Yeah,
well. You can like sky's the limit.
yeah, absolutely. Now, what is your favorite pizza?
Like that I make or like that someone else has? Because there's some.
Let's talk
Oh,
about it.
well, I mean, um, I used to live in New York. I've done pizza crawls up there. I haven't done like Scott Wiener's pizza crawl or anything, but
Mhm.
I've met Scott. He's a great guy. I just haven't had the time to book it and do that. But I liked Scars when I was up there. I liked the Slice, like classic. That's so. Even though I do wood fired, I like New York style pizza better. I like us like a crispy slice. I
Yeah,
think Frank Pinello, best pizza in Brooklyn, has one of my favorite slices, and his garlic knots are insane. Industry, of course, they're good. I haven't been to their new shop. Pauly G's has a good slice. There's no favorite. I think there's either good or bad pizza in my. There's no best. You know what I mean?
yeah.
In Tampa, this area, Nona Slice House is pretty good.
Oh, I've never had it. Okay.
Yeah, you should check him out, Jamie. He's pretty good. I think he's like a world pizza champion too. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show up there for sure. I like that. I like that. We just had a new one open right by where we live called Verola's, and the guy's
Mm.
from New York, and
Mm.
it's very, very good.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, usually we hit up Christino's. Christino's has
Yeah,
been it's been around
Christino's.
forever. That's one of my dad's favorite pizzas, but We tried Verola's, and then funny enough, like when a pizza is really good, we have it, and then the next day we're like, should we have that again? So we're sometimes like, we should probably calm down.
I know. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I know what you mean. Pizza Box is another one in St. Pete.
Oh,
If
we have
you
it. Pizza
okay,
box. It's good.
yeah,
Yeah, it's super good. Yeah, we've gone there a couple times.
okay. So favorite pizza, probably New York. Uh, Neapolitan. I always want to try a Margarita. Neapolitan has its good aspects. How about you? What's your favorite style?
So I have a top 10 list that I just published on my blog, and I'm
Wow.
thinking about changing it here because now I'm trying some other pizzas. My number one always is my family's pizzeria. Like,
Good for you.
yeah, I don't
Wow.
care what pizza that I have, it's always gonna be that one, but
Wow.
Christino's is up there. There's also a pizzeria in I went to Italy with my dad, and he took me to it's in Lucca, Italy, and it's the first pizzeria that was ever opened in Lucca, and it was one of the best pizzas that I've ever had.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, but
Was it was it round? Was it like a round pizza?
it was a round and it was a paper thin pizza.
Oh wow.
And we sort of like went in there like pre-dinner, like, let's just go have a snack. Like we'll get one pizza and like four or five of us will split it. And so we had that pizza and then we were like, we immediately like got a second pizza. Like there was no question about it. And I was like, this is the best pizza I've ever had. But then I went home and then I had our pizza again and I was like, nope, it's still number one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Is your family's pizzeria, are they still operational?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for
Yeah.
them. This
Yeah. Still
business is hard.
operational. Yeah, it's listen, it's crazy because like my grandfather, he came over here with nothing. At 9 years old, he got pulled out of school. He worked in the coal mines. And I mean Western PA in the elements,
It's
nothing. And then worked in the coal mines till he was probably in his 40s, had this dream. He all he wanted to do is open a pizzeria. Opened this pizzeria, I think right around the time my dad was born. And my dad's like in his 70s. And we all grew up there, we all work there, and my dad runs it now, and it's just I walk in there and my grandparents passed away a long time ago, but I walk in there and it's like they're there. It's their place, and it's just a very special place.
you feel their spirit and their energy when you go in. Wow. Good for them. That's crazy. And there's and their 70s still working.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, my dad's still working, and he had heart surgery, so we actually went back there for a year to help my parents. That's when I kinda was like, "Hey, like, let's get back in there because I wanted him to get out of the house. And then, at first I said, "Hey, I'll help you with marketing." It was so funny because my dad's really old school and he was so grumpy and he was like, "I don't believe in marketing." And I was like, "Okay, dad." I was like, "I'll just go with you and we'll just go together." And then we started to kind of work together and then I wrote the book and he helped me a lot with the book, but it was really cool. But he really got into it and we ended up having a viral TikTok page. And so the place just like blew up and
wow.
people
Good for
just
you.
started coming in and it just became very exciting because he'd be like, these people came in, they saw it on TikTok and these people. And so now they're
Wow.
open like 4 days a week and they're full. But
Good for
I have a
him.
lot of respect for people that make pizza. It's
I
not
mean, as you
easy.
should. Good for you. I wish more people, it's a lot of work. Hats off to everybody, that does this. Um, obviously we're mobile. I've been mobile I've been in business for 2 years in St. Pete, and I did it for 8 in Washington D.C. area.
Wow.
Great money out there. It's definitely more of a grind, a little more laid back out here.
Yeah.
Mobile is the hardest aspect of a restaurant business. I know restaurants aren't easy. They're also more expensive to run. Mobile is cheaper, but it's more work. You're back, you set up, you break down. If even a truck is easier than what we do. We have the Fiero Group mobile oven,
Mhm.
and you set up the tent, the tables, the cutting boards, and all the utensils. Everything comes out, tablecloths, and then you
Wow.
you set that up. And then you break it down, and then you wash all the laundry and you wash all the dishes. Like I was in the commercial kitchen last night, I think at 11 p.m. Been up since 7, washing the dishes, drive back from Tampa to the home, so I can go to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nonstop. Even when you have help, young guys, like they can't be with you all the time. But yeah, I will say that no pizzeria. I mean, the pizzeria itself is exhausting, but the mobile is definitely. I've found, and I've talked to people that have opened restaurants, and they're like, man, you'll find that it's so much easier if you can be in one place.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. My brother does mobile. He has a one called DRX Wood Fired, and he does just if someone calls him for a private event or something, he'll do it, but it is a tremendous amount of work.
Wow, good for your brother. It'll wear on you. It's definitely not a profession for someone that doesn't like to work, to say
Yeah,
the least.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, are there specific places where people can go and find you guys where you set up, or is it like where you post it? I'm just trying to figure out how can I help people to find you guys, or how can people easily find you and go eat your pizza?
Well, we post the schedule usually every week on Instagram and Facebook under
Okay.
Cipolla Rossa Pizza. There's no consistent like every week. It's like really different. We do the mezzo market every Saturday or every it's like once a month, the Saturday or twice a month. They have mezzo market in the downtown St. Pete area.
Yep.
We do that. We do dog bar on Friday nights, some nights in St. Pete.
I'm
Trying to
like
think what
taking
else.
notes. I'm like Saturday plus Friday. Like there's Erica and her husband again eating pizza.
We do Bar Mezzo too. The guy that runs Mezzo Market just opened a bar called Bar Mezzo. We're gonna be doing some pop ups with him. His name's Jared. He's an
Okay.
Italian guy. Good guy. Bandit Coffee. We do a pop up with their little bar called Small Bar. We'll do pop ups with them
Nice.
occasionally. They're good, really good people too. Josh and Sarah at Bandit. Trying to remember. I'd have to look at my schedule. Also, we're at Outcast Brewing, but again, I'll put it like wherever we are. I'll list it down and then put the times. But usually 2 or 3 times a week out there selling pizza and one day in the kitchen, one day getting supplies, and then everything else in life trying to get going, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So, guys, what you want to do is just follow them on Facebook, on Instagram, and just that's how you can get the updates on where they're going to be. Tampa, St. Pete area, they'll be popping up, and looks like there's a lot of events coming up, and you'll probably run into us there. I see us there. All right. So, what does the future look like for Cipolla Rosta?
Good question. So we've definitely toyed with the brick and mortar idea out here. We're looking to start. When I say we, my mom and I, my mom has been working with me since the start. She retired and then she has been working with me. She did have an injury, so she's not as involved as she used to be. She's still involved, but she's not out there, and I think that's good because the heat and the conditions out here are a lot for someone that's her age.
Yeah.
Won't say her age on TV or
Sure.
on TV on podcast, but yeah, she we talk about any deals upcoming, and the rent is a little crazy right now in Pinellas County. I'm sure it is everywhere.
It is, right?
So
Yeah.
right now, people aren't giving deals like they used to. Oh, I'll give you a build out money. I'll give you such and such. But now there's so much competition and people that want it. The landlords are like, I don't have to give anything. This is the price. At least I haven't found it out here. So I think until the right deal comes along, we'll be popping up. I think the next step is more maybe a semi permanent pop up somewhere where we could be 2 or 3 days a week and do delivery and have pickups because people are always asking me, just, where can I find you? Like, how can I get this pizza again? Like, where are you going to be next week? And I'm like, well, you're not in the same spot. Why not? And so
Yeah.
some consistency to start, would be good.
Yeah, I can understand that. Absolutely. Makes sense.
So that's the next step. I think maybe a trailer, maybe a truck, something we can leave set up, plugged in
Yep.
to a business, and I think that's more cost effective until other doors open, so to speak.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I love the idea of pizza trucks. I think it's so cool.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean, they're hot, but like temperature wise inside, but it's
Yeah.
people like there's always going to be business for mobile, I think.
Yeah, especially in Florida, you're gonna be in the sauna.
Yeah.
You're gonna be totally detoxed, like, after
Yeah.
every time you work.
Last year, I think was the hottest summer, and the summer before was the
Oh,
hottest summer. And you just get used to those. I know it sounds crazy, but you get used to those 100-degree days.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You just do it. People like we're adjusting to these higher temperatures in the summer.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it easier, but
No, it doesn't. We were in New Jersey for 2 years, and we came back last year, and we were here just on and off, but the summer was, like, our first summer for a couple years, and we were like, "It's so hot," but now we're readjusted, and now I can't wait for summer because it's chilly. I mean, for Florida, it's chilly. I guess I shouldn't say that because it's, like, the Northeast has, like, so much snow, but it feels cold here today.
it is. I mean, when you do like over 100 days or like 4 months of 100 degrees,
Yeah,
like this is cold. Like I was cold last night. I know. I mean, I
me
lived in
too.
D.C. It was the wind. Trust your blood thins. Like people don't understand that. It's yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Alright, good. So how do people find you guys online?
Okay. So um our Instagram is Cipolla Rossa Pizza.
Yep.
And our Facebook is Cipolla Rossa Pizza, spelled Cipolla Rossa, and then pizza. Our website is Cipolla Rossa Pizza. And they could search it. If you search Cipolla Rossa Pizza, I'm sure a bunch of things will come up. And then we try to post the schedule like Tuesday, Wednesday ish for the location for the weekend. If there's a job, usually it's Thursday through Sunday or the days we're working.
Perfect. Okay, guys. So Cipolla Rosa Pizza. Go to Facebook and Instagram, follow them, check out their schedule, and go eat their pizza. All right. So thank you so much for being on, Josh. I really appreciate having you.
Yeah. Thanks for this.
Yeah, of course.